What's going on YouTube? It's Rocky in real time, and you see the title of the video, and I'm gonna try and keep it concise but still value packed. And this video was actually requested by, I think he's a viewer or subscriber. I'm not sure if he's a subscriber. Hopefully he is, but let me get his name right. Yeah, KJ on duty. His name is KJ on duty. He's 21. He asked me, okay, he's trying to, let me see what he said. He said, I'd like you to make more vids on how to make money remotely. I'm 21 and I'd like to live in Brazil in the future. Appreciate the video. All right. So this is for you, KJ on duty, because I wish I had someone like myself when I was 21 to who had all this information. Not saying I didn't have anybody who, guided me along the path, but like who really had all this information to give to me for free game. So this is for you, all right? So today I'm gonna be talking about how to become a six-figure expat. Now there's two ways you could really do that, right? You can either establish your own company and or work for somebody, right? And I'm going to be talking about the working for, people bit because I've been in corporate for like 5 or 6 years. So I've learned a whole bunch of tips and tricks and a whole bunch of things. And COVID has really changed a lot. And, it's proven that we can work remotely, and remote work is more ubiquitous, it's more common. And, I can get remote jobs in less than a week, right? In fact, I have one more interview for this, another remote gig, because sometimes I alternate between having one or two jobs. So my salary ranges from like, 120, 130 to, 250, 260. So because you have two jobs, two, mid-level jobs, that are low work and low maintenance, and you combine those two together, you have a higher salary. But I just work contracts and this and that, so it's not consistent all the way through like a full year and whatnot. I usually just do it for like, at a max 5-6 months, right? But anyway, that's another video in itself, just working two jobs, how to get two jobs and like the whole thing, right? But what I want to talk to you guys about is how to actually become an expat, right? How to become an expat, how to make money remotely, and live your best life, like get to travel, get to you still on the clock, what I mean, but you find the right job, and things will at least you're more flexible with your location, right? A lot of low maintenance jobs, like my job right now, I have one 15-minute meeting every day. I don't have to have my camera on. I just have to check into that meeting, do my work for the week, for the couple of weeks, and then that's it. No one disturbs me, no one bothers me, and that's pretty much the job, right? And I got my notes down here, and there's like three things that you really need, three key things. Again, like I don't really see many people making this type of content on YouTube, so I want to give you mad game. There's three things that you really need, right? In this whole thing, you need the skills to pay the bills. You need those skills, and I'm gonna talk about some skills, but I'm not gonna talk about everything because there's a lot of like digital skills that you can have, right? So you need the skills to pay the bills. You need visibility. What do I mean by visibility? I mean, you need a way for someone or for people to find you, whether it's recruiters, whether it's on a job board, or whether it's you going out and filling out applications or knowing which job boards to use. I'm going to talk about all that stuff right in this video, because you could have all the skills in the world. If no one knows you have those skills, or if no one can find you, how are you going to make money? You know what I mean? So the visibility and the ability to close. When I say close, you got to be able to sell yourself and sell those skills that you have. Like you have to be able to, talk on an interview, know what questions to ask, and even ask questions, because some people don't even ask questions on interviews. And you should always ask questions, because you should be interviewing them just as much as you interview that they're interviewing you, right? Because that's going to show that, number one, you're taking initiative. Even if you just research some things on Glassdoor or whatever, it shows that you're interested in the company, or you're interested in knowing more about the company. And it shows that you kind of have options, like, instead of like, imagine you're on a date and like, you do with mad options, or a woman with mad options, like, you're gonna be kind of pressing, not really pressing them, but like, you know, gonna have an aura of, I have options, something like that, and then they're gonna sense that too. So even if you don't have options, you want to appear like you have options. That's with a lot of things in life. That's kind of like a sales tactic or whatever. But yeah, that's how you need to be able to close. You need to know how to close, and what skills are involved in that. So I'm going to talk about all that in this video, but first I want to talk about the mindset, the type of mindset that you should have. So before I go and show you things in the computer, I want to talk about the mindset that you should have. And with a lot of these skills, right, there's skills that are highly sought after, they're valuable skills, they're in demand, and a lot of them are not going to take more than 6 months or a year to really learn or get the fundamentals down, but you're going to be learning over your whole lifetime. And that's the mindset I want you to approach this in. I want you to approach this as if that even though you're going to take this 6 months or a year or whatever and really buckle down and learn this and learn the fundamentals and learn enough to get a job, as you have that job, make sure you're always reiterating on things that you've learned and learning new things, right? And I'm even show you tools that you can use, even AI tools that you could use to like sort of learn things, right? So all right, so for now I want to talk about the type of skills that I'm talking about, like digital skills that you can do online, and get money and get a job from, right? So you can go into digital marketing, and there's a lot of things under digital marketing. Like there's a lot of positions. You could be a Google AdWords or Facebook AdWords specialist. So you guys been on Facebook, been on sites where you have the little ad, those are there's a technology behind it. There's a whole dashboard interface, and you can select countries, ages, demographics, target certain keywords. That being able to run Facebook ad campaigns, Google ad campaigns, that is a skill. That's a very valuable skill that people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to have, if you have that skill, right? So another skill that's very highly sought after, especially in the whole digital marketing space, is SEO, search engine optimization. That's what that acronym stands for. And basically, right, so we all know about Google. Google's a search engine, but really, most of these applications that you see out there in the wild are on the internet. Most of those are running on some type of search engine. So Facebook has a search engine. So there's SEO for Facebook. Etsy has a search engine, because anything that has a search feature on a site has a search engine. I'm a software engineer, I kind of know this stuff, so I can talk about it technically, but I don't want to bog you down with those details. I just want to talk about SEO in general, and I'm no expert in SEO, but I know the basic fundamental tenets and all that other stuff, right? So SEO in itself is a skill. Being able to drive traffic to whatever source, whether it be a blog, so that's being able to do SEO for Google, whether it's doing SEO for like LinkedIn or YouTube or Etsy or Amazon, or basically any site that has an SEO, like has an engine in it. You can even do SEO for like Upwork, or you can do SEO for I'm just trying to think of any random application, like eBay. Yeah, there's one, eBay. You can do SEO for eBay. So and it pays to niche down. So if you like pick one of those, like let's say you want to do SEO for, I don't know, Etsy, you can be an SEO. There's a lot of people on Etsy. There's people who have whole businesses, like making hundreds of thousands, some even millions of dollars on Etsy, selling their little arts and crafts things and this and that. Or even people who are trying to get to that point who would pay money so that their products can be seen, right? So understanding SEO and maybe one application's SEO, even like TikTok SEO or Instagram SEO or something, that is big in itself, and it can help you, gain projects or get a job. So that's another skill. But try and find the which segment of SEO or which particular app has the most demand for SEO specialists, and go with that. There's also email marketing. So if you've ever got one of those 10% off coupons by entering your email, you've entered someone's email campaign. And basically with email marketing, because email marketing is one of the most powerful forms of marketing, because you're in someone's email, you're in their inbox. So if you can write email copy that attracts them from the subject down to the body and speaks to them, and gets them to be more aware about the product or service that you're selling, and gradually nudges them in the process in the direction of making a sale, you could make a lot of money, either as a business or working for a company. There's email marketing specialists. There's like also what they call it, email developers. There's email developers, right? There's people who specialize in making these email campaigns. They do the coding, the HTML, CSS, and whatever. And there's people who actually run the campaigns on the CRMs. Those are called customer relational management tools, right? So one of them, you've probably heard of it, it's huge companies, Salesforce. They've got HubSpot. They've got MailChimp. They've got ConvertKit. There's a lot of those CRM tools, and they help you sort of manage your email campaigns. They show you how many people have opened your email, how many didn't open an email, how many clicked the link in an email, what the demographics are, male, female, blah, blah, this, that, how many went from the email to the checkout page, that kind of thing. So there's like a whole bunch of metrics and stuff surrounding, and you can have different campaigns for different products or whatever. So email marketing is a powerful skill. It's in high demand as well. Web analytics is another one. Web analytics, like Google Analytics, knowing how, what traffic sources a website might have, or, where it's getting its traffic sources, finding out why a website has a high bounce rate. So a bounce rate is when someone comes on a page and in less than a minute or so, they're off the page. So like, if you have a high bounce rate, that means a lot of people are just coming on your page for like less than a minute and then they're just leaving. So something about your site, maybe the way the UX, UI might be designed, the user interface or whatever, something about it might be deterring users from getting to the checkout page or doing whatever action you want them to do, right? You could be a growth hacker, and growth hackers are people who basically know the ins and outs of different, facets of business, whether it's email marketing, this, that, web analytics, this, that, and they know how to hack these tools in conjunction with each other to drive more sales to your business. And growth hackers are paid. It's a profession that hasn't even been around for like 10 years. I don't think it's been around for 10 years, but they're paid. They are paid. I've seen some of them make like 200K a year remotely. You know what I mean? So that's another thing to look into. Funnel strategist is another thing that you can look into. People who specialize in making and growing like funnel strategies. And basically a sales funnel is tying back to the email campaign, is basically when you have lead magnets, which are, I don't want to get too technical, but you should go look up all this stuff on your own. But basically you have a lead magnet, something you get away for free, like a free ebook, a free webinar. I'm sure some of you or many of you watching this video have collected someone's lead magnet, right? You get a lead magnet, and then from there you start receiving emails, and then you're in someone's sales funnel. And a funnel, which is like this V-shaped thing, the lead magnet draws you in, right? And then they start sending you emails, and you might know the people, you might just heard of them through YouTube or some other traffic source like ads or whatever. And so you're getting to know them, you're getting to know their product or their service, and you do that through a series of emails. A lot of them might not even be nudging you to make the sale, because the first email might be just giving you value and giving you content. And like they might encourage you to check out their YouTube page. You check out their YouTube page, you learn more about them, you watch a bunch of videos and stuff, right? Then they send you another email next week. They're not selling you yet, right? They're, giving you more value-filled content. And then the next email is the same thing. And then they'll have a closing email where they try and sell you to some product. And you might pull a trigger on it, you might not. So funnel strategists like sort of optimize that whole process of like, making your sales funnel like actually close, and making your sales funnel actually convert people that are in the funnel. Because if you have a bunch of people in your sales funnel and they're not converting, then you need to figure out why. And that's the funnel strategist is someone that can do that. You can also have, tying back to that, because like a lot of these things that are in business, like one whole thing can like have many different skills involved and many different like professionals that you need. Like even to build a sales funnel, then another one of those skills is a landing page specialist or someone like a landing page developer, someone who can build landing pages for you, right? And build landing pages in a way that convert, because it's like you got a bunch of people coming to your landing page, but you have only a 2% conversion rate, and you're spending all this money. You're gonna wonder why. So you might hire a landing page specialist to try and tweak your landing page a bit so that you can actually convert more customers. So that 2% can go up to like 10 or 15%, or however, whatever your goals and your numbers are, right? And the next few professions I'm gonna like highly recommend. Oh, like one more before I talk about that. There's an Excel consultant, right? And a few years ago when I started working, I remember I worked for this ad company in New York City. They hired some like Excel specialist. Like he was like a wizard in Excel, and he would just give seminars. Now he's doing them online, right? So he just knows Excel really, 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 really well. And now he, gives seminars and talks for companies and teaches people in those companies how to, optimize their work processes using Excel. And he's teaching courses online. So that's one thing you can do. You can be like a consultant for like some skill like that, like Excel, something like that. I don't know. Like I said, there's so many. This world is changing, so quickly like that, and there's so many of these type of professions that are popping up. A lot of them are not like even 15 years old, right? So the next few technical or career professions are in tech, and I highly recommend it because they're in so much demand. Like there's so much demand for a lot of these professions I'm mentioning, and I just want to give you a general idea of all the things you can do, right? So within tech, there's a lot you can do. You can be like a software engineer, which is what I am, right? But there's like so many different specializations of software engineering, right? Just so many, right? And some of the ones that are in more high demand are blockchain development, right? You've heard of this cryptocurrency, being built on a blockchain. And a lot of companies are incorporating blockchains, whether it's financial companies, medical companies, heck, even storage facilities that have online websites or some sort of distribution network are using blockchain, and they need people to become blockchain to incorporate blockchain into their technologies or their websites or their applications. So that's where you come in as a blockchain developer. It's super in high demand. Can't recommend it enough. AR, VR, we've heard about the metaverse thing. We see Facebook with their, Oculus technology. That's in huge high demand. So AR, VR developers, especially in the next few years, they're going to be in high demand. And I'm telling you, not a lot of software engineers specialize in this. Not a lot of software engineers specialize in blockchain. Not a lot of software engineers specialize in AR, VR type of technology. AI developer, artificial intelligence. Not a lot of software engineers do that either. So it's one of those things that is a growing niche, growing market, and there's not a lot of hands to fill those positions, right? One of the questions I ask when I'm on interviews, again, like I said, you should be asking companies interview questions as well. One of the questions I ask is, what is your biggest problem right now, right? What is your biggest problem facing your company or your team right now? And if I ask that question 10 times, 9 times I'm gonna get this same answer, which is we can't find enough people that are hired, or we can't find enough people that are qualified to fill these positions, right? So that's another, reason why you should jump into one of these professions, because again, like they will allow you to work remote. You can work remote from any country. I've never had any company ask me like where you are, like what are you doing, like, you know what I mean? I either use a VPN or I have like a physical device, which I have in my backdrop. I'll show you right now. Let me kind of scoop back. It's that gray device with a light to I guess it's my left. I don't know what orient, but you see the device right here. You see that device that's giving off the location that I'm in New York. And once you're connected, I'll make a whole video about that too. That's another video I can help you guys with and help you set up, I have a lot of people contacting me and saying, well, how do I get in contact with you? I'm going to start doing consultations, right? because there's so much information I have. Like, I just need to just share it. Like, and there's no point gatekeeping it because I'm already a senior in my career. So even if you're just starting, you're like, I mean, I'm not competing with you. We're not even trying to apply for the same jobs. I'm like applying for like senior level and principal engineer jobs. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of y'all are just getting into this, just finding out about this. You'll be applying for like mid-level or, you know, junior level jobs. So like, you know, I'm not a gatekeeper, so I'm not gonna put this behind a paywall. Like, that's silly. Because in actuality, there's so many granular layers about this that, you know, I can't even finish this in one video. I can't. I can just introduce you to a lot of this. I can't finish this in one video. This is like a lot of information, right? Where was I? So I said AI developer. You got DevOps engineer. You got database engineers. You got iOS developers. Again, these are specializations that not a lot of people really like go into, right? And there's a lot of these niche software engineering languages that, you know, it's hard for people to find, you know, or hard for companies to find qualified professionals for. One of them is a PHP developer. PHP is a programming language. One of them is Ruby. Ruby on Rails is a framework. Ruby is a programming language as well. It was really popular back in 2012, 2014. Not a lot of applications are using it anymore, but still a lot of applications are built on it. Twitter was built on it. A bunch of applications out there in the past were like built on it. A lot of these applications are just like a myriad of technologies working together, but you know, they still need these professionals in a lot of things, right? So anyway, that's it for this section. I just wanted to give you a rough idea of like all the different, you know, not all, but a lot of different career paths. Like I said, there's so many I haven't mentioned. All right, so here's what I would basically do. Let's say you wanted to learn something like email marketing. So I'd do like this, email marketing. I'd go into the search bar. I would search email marketing, right? And you see there's more than 10,000 results. What I do is I filter it by 4.5 and up, because usually I don't take courses that are below 4.5. Take 4.5, I search by English. That narrows it down to about 3,000 plus courses. And then you can go into like level and you can filter out by beginner, intermediate. Just depends on what level you're coming in at. So let's just say if I was a beginner, I'd come in, I'd select beginner, like just say I just found out about email marketing and I want to see what it's about, what it's like. Then you have a list of courses that you can choose from, right? And a lot of these you can finish in a weekend, 2 hours, 5 hours, 2 hours. What I also like to do is I come into video duration and I try and go for the longer joints, like the longer courses, and see, what the longer courses, what their ratings look like, what people have been saying about them. So like this is more of affiliate marketing in general. So if you just want to go with email marketing, just take that filter off, and then you have email marketing. So like what I would do is I'd go into a course like this. I'd go into it, and then I'd like basically look at the reviews and see what people have been saying in the past few, well, that's in German, can't translate that, or whatever European language it is. And you just get to see what people have been saying with it in the past few weeks. Another thing, or within the past, few months or a few weeks or whatever. Another thing I like to look at the last updated. That's a very important feature because a lot of these courses on Udemy haven't been updated in years, right? Like the last time they updated it was like 2018, 2019, 2020. So you don't want a course that hasn't been updated because like, unless it's something like calculus where it's not really going to change for the next like few decades or centuries or something like that, then you want a course like email marketing can consistently change over like a decade, right? So you want to make sure that you have courses that are always being updated, right? So that's the first thing you check. I check the ratings. I check, the reviews, see what people are saying about it. And then I also check like the last updated. Like I check when, they last updated. So we're in March of 2023. So they updated it this month. That's a good sign to me that this professor or this course content creator is someone that constantly likes to update their courses. So that's basically what I do. I also use Reddit as well. All right, right now, so I'm in YouTube. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how I basically search for,
just the content I need to learn, whether it's like in, some sort of technical skill I'm learning so that I can make this money online, or just basically how you should search so you can find this type of content, right? Before we do that, I need you to install this plugin, this Chrome extension called Unhook. And basically, you see all this busyness that's got, I got going on my YouTube homepage, right? I got this crypto stuff. I got Neymar over here. I got the productivity gurus and stuff. And then I got Trey Rag, something funny. I might want to click on any one of these videos and get distracted and get derailed. But there's this Chrome extension called Unhook. You click it and you turn it on, and then boom, all that is gone. When you go to a video, the comments are gone, your notifications are gone, everything. So let's just say I wanted to search for something like SEO marketing, marketing, right? I'd search SEO marketing, and I want to search for, maybe I want to go to this Google course, this complete SEO course, blah, blah, #1 in Google, right? I usually look for longer courses that include a lot of information, so I might click on that. I also go on the filters. I filter, so if I want a longer video, I filter over 20 minutes, right? And you can see like this 8-hour course as well. So like, let's go to this other course. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to show you that with that plugin, you can also turn off comments. So like, I can go to Unhook right here, and I could also go to hide comments, right? And then I see I can't even scroll down. Before unhide the comments, you can scroll down, comments, you can't scroll down anymore. You can focus on this video. So like, you don't want to get any distractions. You can see the sidebar, and you can filter this out, by like, hide recommended. You can show the recommended, hide that, hide the sidebar, hide everything you need to hide so that you won't feel distracted, and you can just focus on learning whatever content is in this video, right? So basically, that's what I would do. I would search for, the longer courses over 20 minutes. There's this 8-hour course too. Let me check that out. Let me just pause that, and I will show you that I got this other YouTube optimization plugin for like, check-in tags and, AdWords and all that other stuff. That's what this is. This is not the sidebar for YouTube. This is something else. This is video analytics. But yeah, this is an 8-hour course on SEO, as search engine optimization, and they have chapters and everything. So this is for free. This is free 99. I can also go into my filter results, and I can filter by playlist, see what people, oh wait, I got to turn this off first. I got to turn the 20-minute off, go back in there, and then filter by playlist. And I'll see the playlist that people are making related to SEO, right? So let's say I didn't even want to go spend the $10 on Udemy or any site. Let's say I just wanted to, rock with whatever was completely free. This is a way of doing it. This is a way of searching. And you can pretty much do this with any skill, right? And also with the Reddit groups, you either want to search for a tool that gives you, or some sort of resource that gives you a roadmap in SEO or whatever you're learning. For tech, I kind of gave you one with the roadmap.sh. But for other tools, you want to search for, or for other, things that you're learning, you want to search for a tool that can or some sort of research, or some sort of resource that can give you insight on what you need to learn and what order you need to learn it. So once you have that laid out, you can start learning and, start growing by using YouTube, Udemy, and depending on what you're learning, there's a whole bunch of sites that you can use. Even some of these content people on YouTube, they have like full-length courses, outside of YouTube. That's a lot of their hustle. They have like full-length courses that they, offer as a premium. So yeah, that's basically, and also, let me also go to one other resource that I use. So I use ChatGPT. If you haven't heard of it, it's like some AI software, right? I have the plus version. You don't need the plus, but I just like the fact that, sometimes it goes down, and with a plus, I avoid all those outages. So like, let's say I really, really need it at this point, right? I wouldn't have to actually wait for for it to be back up again, so that I can use it. I could just use it whenever I want. So it gives you premium access to their servers, right? So now let's say I wanted to learn SEO, and AI tools are just powerful. Like if you haven't heard of ChatGPT, it's like something amazing. So it's an AI model that just like, iterates over data sets and gives you information in, a human-like response. It's better than Google. Like it doesn't give you everything because it's trained to not answer certain questions, like how to take over the world in 24 hours, but it can give you based on the prompt, and the prompt is the key. How you structure your prompt, that's like a topic for another video, but how you structure your prompt is really going to help you in basically getting the information and finding the information that you need. So if I wanted to say, can you give me, I could like, if I wanted to get an outline of what I needed to learn, because you can use this and YouTube, right? So I could say, can you give me an outline of everything I need to know to master SEO marketing? What do they call it? SEO marketing in 6 months. And then you can tell it organize the topics into weeks for each one of the 6 months. Make sure to include everything from beginner to advanced. So can you give me an outline of everything I need to know to master SEO marketing in 6 months? Organize the topics into weeks for each one of the 6 months. Make sure to include everything from beginner to advanced. So let's see what that comes up with. And again, I don't really know much about SEO marketing. So it basically almost immediately gave you everything you need to learn, and it organized it by month. Week 1, what is SEO? Week 2, on-page optimization, technical SEO, local SEO, link building, content marketing, web analytics. Then it goes into third month, month 5, month 6. Like it basically gave you a whole outline, advanced analytics and reporting, advanced Google Tag Manager, custom. So like you basically, depending on whether you have the free version or not, like just say you're using the free version and, a ChatGPT is not down, you basically just ask a question and you have an answer for how you can, learn this skill in 6 months, and it's arranged it by what you need to learn for every month. And on the side, like, as per your account, you have these answers that you are searching for cached. They're cached responses, so you can always go back and basically look at your old answers. So I could go back here in the classes in Python, look at that. So I could go back to SQL Server on a Mac, whatever question I asked about. I got all my answers cached, right? SEO learning plan, I got everything cached. So you can use ChatGPT. It's such a powerful tool to aid you in your online learning. And basically, the sky's the limit. You can help this. And one thing I want to note about this tool, it's not everything, right? Because what I would compare it to is Spider-Man in his Spidey suit, right? I can go and put on Spider-Man's suit right now and try and jump from a building, and I would fall flat on my face and die, right? Hypothetically speaking, if Spider-Man existed, right? But Spider-Man, because I don't have the powers that, would, accompany the suit. The suit just enhances your powers, right? It enhances his powers because, some version of Spider-Man, he shoots through his wrist. And then some version, the suit actually shoots for him. He shoots the web through his wrist on the suit. So let's just say this is one of those versions where he's shooting a web from the suit, right? That's enhancing the super strength, the super speed, the super senses that the Spidey senses he already has, the ability to crawl and walk on walls and all that other stuff, jump very high, that kind of thing. So the suit is only enhancing his power. So this is just like AI. It's only enhancing your ability to, do certain things. So once, like, let's say you follow this plan, right, and you're advanced in SEO in 6 months, right? After this, after you have this, you have now a tool that is going to help you and guide you, or enhance your SEO knowledge, or enhance your, email marketing knowledge, or enhance your growth hacking knowledge, or whatever you decide to get into. It's going to enhance your knowledge, right? So you're going to have this tool that's going to basically give you superpowers. It's like, it's going to give you, a lot more, ability to find answers quicker. But you have to have that context because, like I said, the magic sauce, the secret sauce is in the prompt. It's like you have to structure your English language to be able to, extract that information that you need. And in fact, prompt engineering, that's another skill. Prompt engineering is becoming big. You go on Indeed, right? I go to Indeed. If I go to Indeed.com, go to job search, and I go to prompt engineering. Prompt engine. Look at that. It's already popping up. That's like something that's just popping up because of AI. And damn sure you can do that remote. AI prompt engineer. Look at that. 35 an hour, and it's remote, and they're looking for someone who can, use AI to, basically just mine and get the data and the information that they need, right? So that's another field, that's another career path, is prompt engineering, because like I said, AI is not going to take over jobs, right? People using AI are going to take over jobs. So me as a software engineer leveraging this tool, it's going to only enhance my work. It's not going to replace me at all. It's not that advanced yet. We're still at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to AI. It's not that advanced yet. So you as a SEO specialist, it's going to enhance your job, but you have to be really good at SEO to be able to, and prompt engineering to be able to use it in a way that's going to enhance your work, right? So that's enough about ChatGPT. What am I want to talk about? All right, cool. I wanted to talk about Fiverr. I got that open here. So why I'm talking about Fiverr is basically a freelance it's a freelance marketplace, right? And you can get a lot of things done for you. And I am a big supporter and proponent of outsourcing. Outsource when you can, when you need to. You cannot master everything, right? Don't try and do everything yourself. Sometimes that little $35, $100, or $500 that you spend is going to save you loads of time and effort. And just basically use the specialization of other people, right? So I said this to say, because in that little cycle I was talking about, or the core 3 things you need to become an expert, or expert freelancer, and just becoming an expat, right? You need the skills, and you need the visibility, and you need to be able to sell yourself, right? So you need the skills, the visibility, and the ability to close and sell yourself. So how do I get the visibility? I already talked about how to get the skills. You use YouTube, Udemy, or you use Reddit and find out which are the best courses in your field that you're trying to pursue, and you use ChatGPT to further mine that information and mine for data, right? So now, how do you gain visibility, right? So you can pay someone literally like $35, and I'm gonna show you right now, because you can get anything on this site done. So LinkedIn optimization, profile optimization, right? So, you got people, and then you can basically, select by, highest rating, best selling, right? Let's go to best selling. So this woman, she has 75 reviews and she has a 5-star rating, right? Is it best selling or highest rated? Relevance. There's a highest rated somewhere. Seller details, top seller. All right, so like I say, a top seller. You want to go to a top seller, and you can select the country that they live in. They speak English. You want to select that, make sure that's selected. And I don't think country is necessary, just as long as they speak English. So they're a top seller, and I click apply, and I'll see all the top sellers. Like this guy has 424 ratings and a 5-star ratings, but it's kind of pricey. The top sellers are going to, up their prices, and understandably so. But I'm sure you can find someone for under $100 that's gonna optimize your LinkedIn. And if you don't have the $100 to spend, you can just take that rating off. Take top seller. Maybe you could say level 2, a level 2 seller, and then I forgot where the rating was. I thought there was like a rating. They changed their UI sometimes. So yeah, basically, I have a level 2 seller, and you've got people doing it from $10. He has 6 ratings. This person is doing it for $40. He has 31 ratings, right? This one is doing it for 25, 45. So, if you comb around enough, you'll see someone who will do it for, a fairly reasonable price, but it also has good reviews. This person has 32 reviews, and they're doing it for $50, right? So if your budget is like $50, then, you can actually select your budget too. So you can go to like 60, right? And then we go to apply. And then you can just filter based off your budget. So you got a level 2 seller, right, that you can get for under $60. Let's see if you can get a top rated seller for under $60. Let me apply that. Let me take this level 2 off and apply. Right, so you've got top rated sellers that you can get for basically under $60, right? So look at this guy, $45, right? Perfect example. You write your resume and your cover letter. This is mostly resumes. We're doing LinkedIn. What is this? Is this LinkedIn? All right, a lot of these are not rated yet. So let's just go back to, let's just take that off. All right, so now you do have like someone right here. So it has a 4.9. She has 251 reviews. That's a lot. And, she's doing it for $60. So if you go on her profile, let me open this. Let me go on her profile. You have different, tiers of services that you can get. It starts from $60. Her premium is $100, which is still not even bad. So she optimizes for keywords because like all of these apps like LinkedIn, they operate on a search engine. So, she basically has targeted hashtags and keywords that help you get found. Again, this is about visibility. It's about getting found. So if you get all the skills, like, you've gotten over that first hump, if you can't get found, how are you going to get a job? How are you going to get freelance gigs? How are you going to get employed? So you need someone that can enhance the visibility, right? So even if you're going through like the freelance route, let's say Upwork profile. Let me see if we can Upwork profile optimization. Let me see if that exists. Yeah, so doesn't really exist here. Low, but resume writing does. So you can do resume writing. And a lot of these people, resume writing, let me see if they have ATS here. ATS is they have an applicant tracking software. So a lot of these companies, they use ATS softwares to filter out candidates. So if your resume doesn't have a certain number of words or a certain set of words on it, you won't even get filtered in the software. So you won't even get seen. So look at this woman. She has 500 reviews and she's 4.9 and above. So she can write, I will professionally write an ATS CV resume or cover letter, right? So she's going to help you beat that software for $25, $50, $35. Premium is $60. So that's not even, and she does LinkedIn as well. So for $60, this woman, I think it's Elnwa or Ainwa. Sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. She, and she has among her clients people that, she helped an experienced senior product manager at Amazon highlight key achievements in the compelling resume optimized for ATS, leading to multiple interview requests and a new position at a top technology company. So she's helped people at big companies, get, exposure. So she helps them optimize their LinkedIn, edit and rewrite, and she does a cover letter, all for $60, bro, all for $60. And she has a 4.9 rating. So this is someone right here that you can use. So bookmark her or write her name down and search for her on Fiverr, because this is someone I would use, because that's a lot of bang for the buck. She's rewriting your resume so that it can beat the ATS software, so it can actually filter through based on your career profession, right? And then she's also optimizing your LinkedIn as well. For $60, just you can heart someone right here. I'm gonna just save that just in case I ever need it. So looks like a good bet. Um, and then yeah, so that's how you gain visibility, is optimizing your LinkedIn, optimizing your resume. Those are the two things I would focus on. You could, if you want, have, especially for software engineering, and if you're, you know, want to go that route, you could have like some sort of resume site where you like show your portfolio, show the work you've done. Back in engineering, you don't really need much of a resume site. People do use GitHub, which is basically a repository for showcasing your code. But I mean, no job I've ever gotten in the past few years has really asked me for my GitHub like that. Usually it comes down to, the technical interview, technical process, and, just passing the interview essentially and seeing if they like me, the resume, or I'm sorry, not the resume, the, what do they call it? The portfolio site is more of just the icing on the cake. The GitHub, you can include it if you have it, and it's always good to have something extra. So yeah, but it's not a super requirement. But what I want to emphasize is, without being too long-winded, is LinkedIn, optimize it. Optimize your resume. This is a good profile, and I was just trying to show you guys, but this is literally someone that I would choose if I were trying to do this thing again. So yeah, do that. So I'm gonna leave it at that for the visibility section. And I'm gonna go into the job boards after this. So there's this one subreddit called, and you can just find subreddits related to your interests. There's a bunch of them. Like, there's subreddits for SEO, there's subreddits for email marketing, there's web analytics, funnel growth, landing page being a landing page specialist or a landing page developer, software engineering, this and that. So I have one. This is an example of the many that I follow. This is CS career questions. So you can come here and ask questions, or just see if a certain question has been asked. And see what courses you could say, like, hey, what are some good courses for JavaScript, or what are some good courses for HTML, CSS, and there'll be answers here, and then you'll find, what people are going to be saying about those courses, and do a little bit of research, just see what the streets are saying, and then like see if you want to take that specific course, right? So yeah, we got Udemy, and another website or another resource that I like to use is called roadmap.sh. And I'm using tech as an example, but like I said, a lot of these other career professions have these, sort of resources, but like, these are the ones that I know about that are specific to my sort of career paths. I'm not saying that you have to follow it, but, find something similar to it. But that's outside, the scope of, my knowledge for those other things, like for SEO, Facebook ads, email marketing, all that stuff. I don't know too much about where to find resources on how to learn those things, but if you dig around on Reddit enough, and if you dig around on YouTube enough, you'll find something, right? And as long as you take that intro course on Udemy or YouTube, like, you filter out, I'm going to show you how to filter on YouTube in a second. You take those intro courses, like, you'll learn enough to start asking reasonable questions. Like, if something, I don't know, let me go back to this email marketing course. Like, you just learned something about, what are they talking about in here? You learned something about types of emails or trigger emails, right? You can go and search Reddit for, like, types of, like, way to make a good trigger email, or like another course on trigger email, something that goes deeper into some of the, things that are taught here, because a lot of these courses, especially when it's only 2 hours long, they're not going to cover everything. They might introduce you to a lot, but they're not going to cover everything you need to know. That's, like I said, you're always going to be learning, growing, and refining your skills. So you're going to have to, like, use that intro course and basically try and, get as much information as you can to be able to have some context to ask further questions and find other resources. And a lot of these courses, they have Discord communities, they have like Slack communities, so you can go into those little communities and ask questions, and ask other people what other resources they're using to learn SEO or growth hacking or web analytics or whatever, right? So you can use that. But let's go back to this roadmaps, because this is really good, and this is good for tech. So all those career professions I talked about, like blockchain engineering, UX design. Let me just close all this to the right. Blockchain engineering, UX design, DevOps. They've got cybersecurity here. They've got like computer science, like basic computer science concepts and principles. They've got a bunch of stuff like JavaScript, Spring Boot. They've got a lot of stuff, and they keep constantly updating their site. So this is a really good one. So let's just say you wanted to become a back-end engineer, and I've already got the tab open here, right? Let me go back up. So you see they have everything you need to learn about how to become a back-end engineer, and they have it in the order that you need to learn it in. So you go down this trail, you go down all this stuff, you go here, then you go down, then you learn a language, and you can pick any one of these languages, and you go version control systems and this and that. So like they have basically this roadmap set up in a way where you learn what you need to learn to be a good back-end engineer, and in the order you need to learn it. And if you click any one of these cells, it will bring up like a little brief synopsis about what this little cell is about or what this topic is about. And they also have, links that you can click on that are going further, explain on other websites. This is a good website where it's like short and straight to the point tutorials and articles. And they have some videos cool too. It's called Tutorials Point. Like I said, if I wanted to really, really, really go deep into this type of thing, this video would be like 5 hours long. So I just wanted to give you like a brief intro on how to do that. All right, let's talk about where you can find these jobs. So, where you can gain some of that visibility. So I'm gonna just check in on LinkedIn real quick. I'm not gonna go I'll take you through my profile because I don't feel like blurring everything out so much. But basically, as you can see here in my messages, right? You can see, within the literally, I had two recruiters send me emails within the same minute, right? I have had this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 emails in the past day. You know what I mean? And not every day you're going to get emails because you gotta, there's a visibility setting on your profile, so you can put that you're open to job, you're open for your opportunities, and whether you put so or not, right? A lot of times recruiters will reach out to you. So I had 4 people in the last day reach out to me in the last 24 hours. It is 8:16 p.m. I'm only an hour ahead of Eastern Standard Time, right? So really in like the last 12 hours, I've had 4 people. And this doesn't even include my email. Like some of these job boards I've used in the past, they have my email. So once you've optimized your resume and, you've given it to certain, recruitment agencies, because sometimes if you don't get a job or sometimes if they don't have the position for you, they'll contact you in like 2 months, 3 months. So like if you have enough of those agencies that you've used or you're using, they will constantly hit you up, and they'll hit you up and they'll like basically, be sending you job requests every day. Like in my email, I don't want to take you guys through my email because a lot of personal stuff in there, but like in my email, there's like so many like, requests from, different recruiters and stuff like that. Hey, you in the job market, blah, blah, all this other stuff. So like I said, I can really do this shit in a week. Like this is no cap. So yeah, like, and a lot of times when I say you get like, 3 requests a day, like sometimes it'll be like 2 people in my email, then like 2 people on LinkedIn, or, 1 person on LinkedIn, or like sometimes I would get between March 20th and March 24th, I didn't get any emails, but like definitely, I didn't get any mail from LinkedIn, but definitely I got it from, my email. So, I'll get opportunities either through my email address, and a lot of people, they've connected with me through these recruitment agencies, or LinkedIn itself. And a lot of people that actually connected with me through LinkedIn are just sending me messages directly to my email because they connected with me. They have my contact information, and a lot of times it's better for recruiters to directly send you an email to your email address versus, using a site like LinkedIn, because you might not check LinkedIn every day, but you damn sure might check your email every day. So a lot of these people I meet on LinkedIn, they'll just email me directly. So, but yeah, that comes down to finding me. They found me through having my LinkedIn optimized. So like I get these requests every day, right? Other sites, that I want to talk about. Let me just, close this here. There's a site called Otta, and I'm gonna just talk about tech sites, and then I'm gonna talk about other general sites as well. Otta, is it Otta or Otto? Yeah, Otta. This is the one that you can. I'm not gonna log in because I don't feel like logging in, but I just want to tell you about it because it's good. They have curated, relevant tech jobs from startups, and startups, they cater more to self-taught people because a lot of times they don't have the spending power to go out and find those super qualified people that might be asking for a lot of money. So Otta is a good site. I've used them before. I got an offer from a company there, but I didn't accept it. But it's definitely a good place. Simply Found? Is it Simply Found? Simply Found? Simply Hired? Because it used to be Angel, Simply Found, but they changed the name. But it's angel.co. Let me just type angel.co. All right, it's Well Found. All right, so yeah. So it used to be formerly Angels List, angel.co. It's Well Found. It's another great site. Another great site for basically startups and all the other stuff. So job seekers, let me just go there. Let me just log in. Let me just log in with my Google account. I want to show y'all because it's actually really good. Let me log in here. All right, so I'm gonna go to jobs. I'm logged in, right? So like, you can search by role. So like, you could search like UX, UX. Is it UX? User interface. All right, let's just search product designer, right? Product designer, product manager, right? And let's take this, and again, I'm talking about remote roles, so we're gonna just filter out remote. Okay, there we go. You have to click this little thingy here. So only remote jobs, there we go. So product manager is 170 results, right? So a lot of these are startups, look, 11 to 50 people. This is posted in the last 2 weeks, last 6 days, 7 days, posted today. So you got jobs being posted every day here, like posted in the last week, posted 5 days ago. And you can see like product managers get paid. Look at this. This is $220,000 up to like between 140 and 220. You know what I mean? 150, 180. That's the max you can get, 160, right? And a lot of these you don't really need that much experience, right? So like let's look at this one, senior product manager. Let's see how many years of experience they're asking for. Can I go and open this in a new tab? Open this. I don't know. I was clicking that. It's not working. Like, let's go to the job description. Get out of my face. Jesus. Ugh. Let me see. Find years. So, like, 5 years of experience, right? And really, you could probably get away with, like, 3. And if you know enough about product management and you have, like, a PMP certification, they'll probably let you slide, Don't always take these job descriptions as a hard and fast rule. Like a lot of companies will let you slide if you have the either certifications or if you actually have the skill. That's one thing about tech. If you really have the skill, I've seen people not know anything about coding, not even know how to write their first Hello World program line of code. Don't know anything about coding to in 6 months getting a $200,000 job at Google or getting a $180,000 job at some medium or small tech company or something like that, and it's fully remote. I've literally seen this, like, with people I know personally. So this is one of the sites you can go to find the information about jobs, find that post about jobs. Well found. I've been using them for years. Can't recommend it highly enough. I'd recommend it above Otta. And then another one. Oh, this is a key. Flex Jobs. Flex Jobs, they only have remote jobs. So, let me just log in right quick. Just log in. Get out of my face, please. All these freaking pop-ups. So, like, I got even some searches saved. Like, let me see. You go to find jobs, and then basically these are like, my preferences, my job categories, but they have a bunch. Account management. You got call center jobs, computer IT, legal, blah, blah, transcription, web design, bunch of that, writing. There's a bunch of different, career fields that you can pick from on Flex Jobs. You don't have to just do computer science or like some sort of, software engineering, but this is something that you can do. right? And these are all it's called flex jobs because look at this. This dude has his socks on. What do you think they're talking about? They're talking about remote work. So there's a good and there's like their yearly membership. I think is like $54 or so. And these are all curated, vetted jobs. So I can go to software engineering. I'll go to Java and Android because that's like my little specialization. And you got things that are posted today, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. You can even filter by, posted when. Can I tips or? I thought I could filter by when it was posted, but I think this is in reverse chronological order. So, yes, in reverse chronological order. So you have all these results, and these are all pretty much new jobs that are being posted. So you can go look at the job description, see what, they're requiring, and then you can apply for the job and it will take you to the website, right? And it'll take you to the website and from there you just apply, right? And even on FlexJob, they have a bunch of other resources like articles, learning center. They have like a learning center, remote skills, basic digital skills, and then let me see, like basic computer for Windows, blah, blah, remote working, cognitive skills, data entry and analysis. They teach you some stuff on these sites. I've never used their site, but, they teach you some things. So, this isn't a skill assessment, sorry. But they have some tutorials on stuff. These are skill assessments, so I think you can put those on your profile. But I know they had like LinkedIn Learning video courses. That's where it is. So they have like finding a remote job to help you. This is an hour long. Building a flexible career is 41 minutes, almost an hour. Recovering from a layoff. So they have like a bunch working remotely. They have like a bunch of like, soft skills, videos that help you and that would help you acquire some of these jobs. How to find a remote job, guide to resumes, cover letters. People who have like, children, how to, parent and guide while working remotely, yada, yada, yada. They have a bunch of, soft skills and webinars that will help you like negotiation, how to negotiate, how to quit your job gracefully. Like they have so much stuff. So that's another site. All right. So let me just close this. And then there's another one Underdog.io. So you have top startups, basically. And I'm not going to sign into this, but basically it's a good site, you can use to find startups that are hiring in tech. And, that's another site. I won't go too much deep into it because I don't feel like logging in. I personally have used it a few times to get a job so I can vouch for it. But I haven't used it in years. So that's just for you to explore. Hire.com. I've used Hired several times. Again, just like Underdog. I haven't used it in some years, but I've got offers from this site. Because the reason I haven't used some of these sites in years is because I've only really used LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really the plug when it comes to this stuff. So I've talked about visibility. I've talked about the skills you need. Next, I'm gonna talk about basically how to sell yourself and close and a little bit about that stuff, right? All right, guys, real quick, I want to just take you through a couple books that kind of just help me learn how to sell myself better and just sell things in business better. But even though this applies to products or services, you are a business. Remember that? I forget that song that Jay-Z sang, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." So you gotta run your life like you're a business. Do things that are in the best interest of you, the business, right? So when you're in the interview, there's a couple things that you want to do to make sure you basically you smash it, you nail it, you basically knock it out the park, right? And in this book, he teaches I'm gonna just go over a couple things that he teaches in the book, but I'm gonna include the link in the description so you can buy it. Amazing book, like I said. So you can see the rating here. It's like almost a 5. It's rated 4.7. It's a great book. So he says things successful selling starts with understanding the psychology of human behavior and motivation, right? So you got to know what's motivating, you know, this employer or this person to look for, you know, your services. You know, while you're on an interview, you can just ask them, like, you know, what's the motivation for this, you know, for you guys wanting this position? What is your outlook for this position in the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year? Where do you want this person to be? Where does this position fit in the vision of your company? Like I said, you want to be interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you, right? You have to build a strong rapport with them. That's critical. That's critical in any sort of relationship because you're selling your skills, right? So you got to build rapport with these interviewers, try and find out where they're from, what their hobbies are, you know, just some small talk so you can get something and latch onto it and then just try and, you know, build a connection based off that, you know. Like, you know, you say something like, oh, you know, how do you like this job, blah, blah, you know, where did you go to school? Oh, I went to Syracuse. Oh, I went to Syracuse too, blah, blah. Like, you know, that kind of thing. You build some sort of rapport and focus on the benefits that you provide because you're acting as a person that's selling their services. So what are the benefits of hiring you? You got to like subtly or like, you know, without trying to sell yourself so hard in a way, just basically list or just convey the benefits of you and your services, right? And so you also have to just ask questions actively and listen actively. You know, you ask questions and you listen to their needs, see where, you know, they're having their pain points. What is driving them to try and hire for this position? What is the, you know, gap in, you know, the expertise that they need to be able to like have this position or, you know, have this position basically help them meet their business goals. You know what I mean? So you also need to like suggest and persuade people a little bit, you know, create a sense of urgency and scarcity. Like, you know, they're going to ask, are you interviewing with other people? Even if it's your only interview, it's your last interview, you say yes. You say, I have like 2 other interviews, their final round, and I have 1 offer or something. Yeah, be bold with it. You know, if you have no other pockets, you have no other hands in your pocket, just act like you do, right? Act like you're the prize, right? And other people are bidding for your services. And also just have like a positive attitude and keep learning and improving, right? You mess up in one interview, you just keep getting better. Just, okay, what did I say or what didn't I say? You know what I mean? And develop an interview plan before you get there. Like, you know, how am I going to attack this interview? What are the main sort of skills that they're looking for that are mentioned in the job post or whatever? So, yeah, you attack an interview like that. Let's see, and you address any issues that they might have, any concerns, restate your interest, you know, restate your interest in a position. And you just be cordial, thank them for their time, follow up, you know, make sure you're in good contact with them, right? Okay, so that's basically some of the concepts that you can learn. I could talk all day about it, like all day about a lot of things you can learn in this book, but I'm going to keep the link in the description. And there's another one, Closing Intelligence. This one is by Oscar Suberitz, and it's a great book too. It's a short read. I read it in like a day and a half, 144 pages. Another book that helped me out with my sales skills. So those are 2 things that I would recommend as well. Also, just use ChatGPT, man. I love this shit. Like, I love using this technology. It's amazing. You know, you can ask it things like this, which was the last question I asked it for this video specifically, which was, give me 50 career paths that allow me to work 100% remote that I can learn in 6 months and potentially get a job, right? And you have everything from a web developer to SEO specialist, e-commerce manager. You have online sales representatives. Like I said, there's so many remote jobs that I wouldn't be able to talk about them in this video. So you got to use your tools. You got to use a lot of the things around you to kind of like build a plan for yourself to get the skills to pay the bills, right? Be visible, right? Be visible, optimize your LinkedIn, your resume, and all that. Make sure your resume can beat all the ATS software. Specifically look for that as applicant tracking software. That's what ATS stands for. Make sure you search. I showed you one lady in this video. I think she charges like $60 for her most premium package, where she does your cover letter, your resume, and your LinkedIn. You know what I mean? And I show you how to find other people like her, right? And then also be able to close when you're on the interview. you know, and use the resources and the sites that I gave you in this video to go and find these jobs. Like I said, most of these jobs are like tech and digital marketing, which is where all the online skills are. So you can use YouTube, ChatGPT, Udemy. You should be good. And whatever resource you find in between, like use Reddit communities around these skills to sort of boost your understanding and you know, your options for courses and learning resources. So, you know, see what people are saying. You know, new courses are coming out all the time. People review them, people talk about them. See what people are saying, and then just, you know, try a course out. If it has a lot of good reviews, then it might be something worth checking out. But yeah, that's it for this video, man. I'm gonna create an Instagram and like what do you call it? What do they call this thing? What's the name? A Calendly. So like I could start doing consultations, because like I said, I have so much game, and you know what? A lot of people would pay me for it. So you know, I'm gonna, you know, do that. I was just trying to just give out this information for free, but like I have so many messages like, yo, how can I get in contact with you? How can I get in contact with you? And I'm like, all right, cool. I want to help people. So yeah, let me just help them at a premium. Like, cause I can't really help everybody. You know, I can, you know, make as many free videos as I can, which is what I really want to do. I just really want to just, you know, put people on. That's the type of person I am. I just put people on for free. But, you know, yeah, if you want to just have a more exclusive conversation catered to you, just reach out to me, and, you know, and I'll do my best to help you. So yeah, that's it. Rock in real time. I'm out.